So Metazua is like, it's a game that's, God, how do I describe this? So there's a random animal that it picks every day, and you need to try to figure out what it is. So you guess the animal, and it will tell you what the animal has in common with the thing that you guessed. Like by, species, kingdom, order, what have you. So like, if the animal was a raccoon and you guessed a wolf, it would be like, these are both canids. If it was a snail and you guessed a hawk, it would... Oh, we got the 15-second countdown. Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, if you... 2, 1, here we... Oh, I gotta click the thing. It's pretty fun. If you do end up doing it, no spoilers. I haven't tackled it yet today. You can buy a hint for the cost of 3 guesses. And there are certain situations where it's like, yeah, I'll take a hint on that. Like, if the result is both your animal that you picked and the animal for the day, the thing that they have in common is that they have bilateral symmetry. Oh god, that doesn't narrow it down at all, right? And that is indeed a family of animals. It's Bilateria. Nothing from the pickle. Tree pull is magic. I'll grab those since presently the only offensive weapon I have is Ether Medallion. I can't even use that actually. Bombs? Yeah. You know what? That was... Not only did I get all the bombs that I'm going to need for Kakariko, that's just a heart. I don't need that either. Good stuff. Yeah, I got all the bombs I'm going to need for Kakariko, and I also chased the crab up to the right area. Bird, go away. Oh, Moon Pearl. Early Moon Pearl. Hello! Oh, you fulfilled your promise. You raided me. Welcome to the stream, Raiders. I hope your last... How many more matches did you do after I left? It can't be more than like a couple, right? Oh. The handshake lost their grip. I have not really had a chance to do much of anything in the seed yet. All I did was open a couple of chests, picked up the Moon Pearl in the woods. Bush Crab has bombs, so that's super useful. But yeah, basically, after I left, there was a whole lot of waiting. Which, you know, is, yeah, it's to be expected. You know, if you're running a seed, if you're doing a race with a bunch of people, then, hello. Yeah, if you're doing a race with a bunch of people, you need to wait for everybody to be ready, so, like, you know... Just waiting on people to hit that button. Blue armor. Ooh. There's a sword. Oh, wow. Okay, so I have both the mirror and the Moon Pearl. Yeah, so I am playing today as Zelda CDI Link. Uh, you know, the great, I'll grab my stuff link. because of course somebody went ahead and made that as a thing. Oh, hook shot. Oh, we love to see that. I haven't got a bottle yet, so I can't talk to the sick kid. Oh, the glove. Okay. God, what's a good way to farm money quickly? I didn't mean to jump off the ledge, but I jumped off the ledge. Can you be 300 rupees? You're 10 arrows. I actually don't want that. It is 100% not worth my time to go collect 10 arrows. But will it be worth my time to check the foot race? Probably. It's 10 arrows! No, it's not. Okay. I will have to come back to Kakariko when I have 100 rupees and when I have a bottle to show the sick kid. The book? Okay, that's access to Desert Palace, which I now realize I don't know what's around anywhere. Desert is my only crystal. But of course I can't actually clear Desert Palace. It requires a lamp. Oh. That's honestly not bad for your first attempt. You do get more... things make a little bit... You start figuring out strategies, basically, the more you do this. Luna, before you came in, I was speaking with Blastflight here about Metazua, which is like kind of like a GeoGuessr for animals, if that makes sense. You're coming with me, fish. There you go. I haven't done today's yet. I will be... This is stupid. Fish, you're on your own. Stun prize. $5. I love when it gives me something incredibly vague and it's just like, this animal's mouth formed before its anus. And I'm like, what am I going to do with that? There's my money. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, eventually you start figuring out, like, what is this, you know, where does this belong? You know, what animals are in this category? Oh god, birds are the worst. For a few weeks there, I was just starting with birds every time. Because, like, on the off chance that it was a bird, I would at least know to check all of the birds. Okay. I don't have money to go buy King Zora's shit yet. I don't feel like farming it. So what I'm going to do is... I'm just gonna run. We will check over here first. 10 arrows. Okay. I won't check the guy under the bridge yet. Water walking is a very useful skill. I'm only going to come up to have a look. So there's an item on a ledge here. It's just a heart piece. I don't need to worry about that. So I only need to come back here when I have 500 bucks. I can save that for after when I do catfish. Honestly, strange characters are always fun to just have on hand, and I would not know how to begin to type in a music note. Alright, Bridgeman, what do you got for me? $5. Okay. New plan, we're going to Sanctuary. Get my health back, and then I will go and I will check the back of Escape. But before I check the back of Escape... No, that can't be a before I do that thing. I'll check the back of Escape first. I was like, before I check the back of Escape, I'll do the Houlihan room. But I can't do the Houlihan room because exiting the Houlihan room puts me right back at Link's house. Okay. Interesting. Not useful, but interesting. Let's do that Houlihan room. Oh, I went up to talk to the guy and then I forgot to hit the A button. Oops. Yeah, behold, as I perform one of the many glitches in the game that will be very useful for giving me some money. Because as stated previously, I need rupees. I need to jump off here, like 4 times. And I jump into this hole. And I fall into a room full of money. The hint tile will only tell me who won previous tournaments, I think? But now I have enough rupees that I can do both the bottle vendor and Zora. But I'm not going to do bottle vendor or Zora right now. I'm going to go check... I'm going to go check Agina and Desert Ledge. That's what I'm going to do. It's possible I'll find a lamp over here. Lamp would be very appreciated. Heck, if I find a lamp in this cave, then that means I can actually do Desert Palace. It's a crystal. I do need to go there eventually. Oh, a bottle! Okay. That does put a little bit of emphasis on... Hello, Otto. I saw you were playing Coral Island. Am I to assume that those 2 Discord pings are from you? I almost ran into a cactus. Okay, that is a full heart piece. I'm not dipping into desert yet. Let's go back to the house. Since I don't... Which pendant is... It's red pendant in Eastern. Okay. Since I don't actually need to clear Eastern Palace, there's a very good chance that the boss will have one of 2 items I don't need. I may dip in just to see what's there. Unless this is a lamp. Another bottle. 50 bucks. Okay. The more I do, the more I realize that maybe my Houlihan room was unnecessary, but that's fine. You know, it's just an easy little glitch to do, and you get a bunch of money for it. Even if I don't need the cash for either Zora or the bottle guy, I'll need it for Palace of Darkness, perhaps? There's a lot of chests in Palace of Darkness. Oh, I got hit. I got balled. Fire shield. Okay, I need to think. How many items are in this dungeon? Is that chest? There's a chest over here I'm going to do. This is the sort of thing that I should have a cheat sheet for. Some people have, like, special tracker frames that keep track of what's where. Oh, I don't like that I got the big key. It's okay that I got the big key, actually. It means I can open the big chest. If the boss had the big key, then I might be inclined to go fight him. I can't actually fight the boss in here. I can't even get to the boss in here. You need the bow to do that. I'm going to cause skeletons to appear where I want them to. Heart piece. Okay. There should be 3 more checks, of which 2 are items. What's in the big chest? Please be an item. Bombs! We're out. I've gotten everything in there, I've determined. Okay. Going to the sanctuary. It's a little bit of a gamble to run back to the town already. I haven't gotten the flute yet, but that's fine. Basically, if I'm looking for some sort of fire source. And there's 2 things I can get in the town. I can go see what the bottle vendor is selling, and I can show the sick kid a bottle. Bottle vendor has a heart piece. Okay. Less than stellar. And the sick kid has something. The flute! Suddenly, very worth it to come here. Early flute is an incredible get. I'm going up Death Mountain. Oh, I see. One of the messages was indeed from you, Otto. The other one was from Luwa because I mentioned to them that I was going to be racing tonight. They said good luck, but they probably won't show up. Yeah, we're going up Death Mountain. Look, I completely get it. Ow. I'm going to rescue the old man from the dark cave, because I can. Yeah, I completely get getting sucked into a game. I can't think of how many times I've been playing Ghostbusters and being like, I'll just do one more match. And then one more match is never quite one more, is it? I have old man? I should have old man. Oh yeah, I've got the old man. Okay. Classic old men check. Can you run? If you can run, you aren't being followed by an old man. He gives me bombs. Ugh. I want to just new mode here and avoid these cabbages. The Revenge of Cabbage Core. Wait, my speed glitch didn't work. What the heck? Ooh, Bug Net. Might be useful. And in here we have another bottle. Oh, that one's got blue potion in it, which is useful, but also it's very out of the way, so I'm not going to get it. One of you a fairy? One of you should be. No, okay. Fine. I will grab the bug net. That was awkward. Let's find out what's on the ether tablet. Bombs. It's just bombs. Okay. Let's go in here and have a look. This is a short dungeon. Assuming I don't need to do the basement, this is a very short dungeon. I don't need the basement. Unless there's an item down there. That's possible. What do you have to say? Heart containers in the Lost Woods? That's the first place I went. No, 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 no. Okay. I'm going to attempt the Haripot glitch. I had a little trouble with this last week. This week I pull it off flawlessly. And now I have a fairy in a bottle too. She'll be my backup. Small key, I don't like to see that. Heart, okay. Let's see, there's an item, okay. Item on the boss, item in the basement. Just 2 items left. I don't need to do anything else in there. And it's the blue pendant, so it's worthless. Okay. I am making, I think, good calls. That definitely feels like a good call. I wonder how many other people have gone this route. Yeah, I will say, I know I've mentioned it before, the Ghostbusters game. Actually pretty good. Ooh, Bombos and Mushroom. Yeah, I don't know. It's good action. It's Ghostbusters. You know, who doesn't like Ghostbusters? Ooh, flippers. That is also fair. I know a lot of people are digging the Baldur's Gate. Okay, can I make this jump? I think that's the right spot. God, a Tumblr artist I follow actually, like, posted one of their Baldur's Gate fanfics, and I'm just like... For me, as someone with no, like, attachment to any of these characters, why can't... I get caught on those guys when I'm invisible? It's so weird. I can't even check that. What am I doing over here? Yeah, with no attachment to the characters, you know, fanfic is not quite as appealing, you know? How did a Moldorm survive a hit from the Master Sword? He's a funny little worm guy. Okay, that's a heart piece, and I can leave the mountain. Save and quit the best idea? Yeah. Okay, well, I still don't have... Yeah, people do like that Karlach, and I believe that's one of the characters who was in the piece in question. Marley is meowing at me. I don't know if she's audible at all. Hey, girl. She wants attention. She probably wants food. God, I swear, if after everything I've already picked up, I wind up having to kill Aghanim to gain Dark World access, I will be just... That will be such a kick in the butt. I'm gonna pull this tree. Still small magic. Okay. She decided to hit me with the claws a little bit. I jumped in my chair just a tiny bit. Now she's like, oh no. You know what? Aghanim is actually not on the table yet. I don't have a lamp. And when I get a lamp, I will be able to just... Titan's Mitt! My worries are over. There's my Dark World access. But I am going to finish Escape. There is, I think, 2 more chests for me to get things from. Oh, the hammer! It's double Dark World access right there. I'm glad I decided to keep going. 1 more chest to open, and it's either a small key or a map, I think. Which means I don't really need it, but I'm also not going to trust my brain on that. It's been wrong. How dare. It's $20. Okay. My instincts were right. Or my instincts to not trust my judgment were right. It wasn't a small key or a map. Which means the map has to be in Dark Cross. Which means I don't need to go back into the castle area. Let's go over here. I don't have the red cane yet, so I'm gonna actually give her the mushroom. Some people will question this judgment, because with the red cane you can create fake powder. $20! You know what? Let's go to Kakariko. The heart of the card says do Kakariko and not, and yeah, do Kakariko, don't do, anything else. I had several options in my head. We'll check the town here. We'll rescue the blacksmith. God, now I'm like, how do I loop in both Smith Chain and the graveyard area? Ooh. Wow. That guy's business is going bankrupt. Map check. Oh, I do need to do this dungeon. Well, Ice Palace is the only one I don't need to do. That's nice, at least. Ice Palace is a huge pain in the butt. I always end up trying to do things that I shouldn't try to do in Ice Palace. Namely, too many tricky bomb jumps. You know what? Screw it. We're going up now. I have the cape. I have the cape. This feels like a thing that might be relevant. If it's the fire rod, that's huge. If it's the lamp, that's also not bad. It is health. Okay, I don't need that. I'll just try not to get hit. Marley has resorted to laying on her back with her paws up in the air. I assume perhaps to garner some sort of sympathy. Okay. I'll start with the ledge. Then I'll come down and I'll check the King's Tomb. With mirror shenanigans, I can gain access to the King's Tomb. Actually, no, I don't need mirror shenanigans. I have the right gloves. And you are... oh, $300. Okay. Well, here's all the money. Hilariously, when I said I might not need the Houlihan room, that wound up being prophetic. Apollo, why have you cursed me so? I like that trick. It was a very quick thing that I just did there. There's the lamp. Okay, I can do Desert Palace now. To open up this tombstone, you need to actually like dash into it with the boots. By holding my sword out this away and just tapping dash up, it counts in the game logic as dashing in that direction. Which obviously it is not, but like, I'm not gonna argue. Ow. Marley is contemplating jumping onto the bed. There's already a cat up there. She does not care for her. Okay. So here we are with the catfish. Catfish, are you anything useful this time? The answer to this is usually no. The answer today is, holy shit, yes. Red cane, a very essential item. Do I have 2 fairies in bottles? I do. I filled both bottles. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's go talk to the king of the Zoras. The Zora King. Swim around. Let's see if gathering all of this money was worth it. Oh, I hope those are the best arrows I've ever seen. Oh, wow. 10 arrows. Okay. Let's get our health back. Pop out the door. Let's go do the Desert Palace. I don't need to go in the front door this time, though, so that's nice. I can even check what I need for this place. I'm absolutely not doing Misery Mire with the gear that I have right now. Not a chance. Bombs. Yeah, well, there's a bow at least. I can clear Eastern. I don't need to clear Eastern, but I can... It's good for other places, too. Ether. That was the first item I picked up, so I can do Misery Mire when the time comes. I want at least one more sword before I do Misery Mire. You know, silver arrows would be nice. Yeah, I'll grab that. It'll round out my health total. Okay. So this is fun. Here's what I'm going to do. I don't remember it was on Desert Ledge, so I'm going to run down and grab health. Okay. By popping up out here, I can enter the back door of Desert Palace. It's, useful. Okay, first place we check is this. It's the small key. Cup of tea. Okay. And health. Okay. The small key will enable me to get into the room down here, which conceals 2 chests behind it. This one, and the one in the bullet room coming up. This one has the big key. Bullet room has... Ow. The compass. Okay. So now I just need the big chest, and I'm done in this area. The big chest is, you know, closer to that door, so I use the mirror to get back to where I came in. Which is another benefit to sneaking in the back door, is your mirror spot is the back door. 10 arrows. Okay. Let's go kill the boss and pick up a map. Process of elimination, it's gotta be the map. Oh, that didn't work. There's a technique called key dash. I don't need 8 bombs. Basically, by dashing from a square that is pixel perfect with an actual like tile. You see all these are all tiles. By dashing off of a square that is pixel perfect aligned with a tile, you can actually dash through locked doors as long as you have the key. Now, I have not mastered lining these things up yet. Some people can get it like every time. That is not me. Alright, let's get this guy. Ugh. The hammer does so much more damage than the sword, but it's so much harder to hit with. It's okay that I'm low on health. That's what my emergency fairies are for. I didn't need them anyway. The map. It's almost like I knew what it was going to be somehow. Alright. Out of this dungeon. You know what? I'm going to take that as a sign. I'm not going into Misery Mire yet. I said I didn't want to do Mire yet. Oh. I do like the Four Fiends song. At least the... I'm a fan of the original. Misery Mire is aptly named. Let's see if another place is aptly named. We're going to Hype Cave. $20. Mirror Shield. Okay. Oh. Not super useful. Oh. Yeah, like his whole shtick back in the OG game was that he heals you before the fight. Because he wants the fight to be fair, because he's a cool dude. Yeah. Let's check the Bombos tablet before I do anything else. If this is a sword, I will want it. If it's not a sword, I'm not that far out of the way. It's $20. Okay, that's where the boots would have been if I didn't start with them. And also, I would assume that the weapons he drops would be quite warm. Mirror. Back to the light world. Yeah, it's so funny, like, there's like, 3 of the Elemental Lords that are at all, a problem. And then when you go up against Cognazo, the water guy, he's such a pushover. At least in my experience in Final Fantasy IV. Like... What's this say? A piece of heart is in Palace of Darkness. There's probably a few things in Palace of Darkness. Yeah, he shows up, all like, I'm impersonating the king, and I'm going to kill you, and I'm a big badass. The last one of these guys you fought literally came back from the dead to screw with you. And this guy shows up, eats like 3 lightning spells and dies. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Barbarisha's fight was a pain back in the original game too. Do you require a Dragoon to even come close to beating her? Wait, why did I bother with this? I know a way to bypass this whole thing. Okay, basically when she like goes into her whirlwind move, Kane's jump attack was the only thing that could knock her out of it. Well, that was a wasted key, so I'll have to... Bad item management on my part here. It's fine. I will. No, the person running the league, Saku, she doesn't even do that trick. Like, there's a clip you can do to basically, you pass through a wall there in such a way that, like, you just sort of hop over it with a bomb. And if you do that, you save a key. And you can use that key later. But... Ow. So yeah, I almost screwed up. I'm used to skipping having to get this key. This key takes a little bit of extra time. Not having to do this and then double back saves a little bit of time. It's not huge, but it's not bad. But yeah, I know Saku doesn't do the trick. I'm sure I'm not the only one in the league who does it, but it's a trick I can do. I also am trying something new this week. So last week what happened was my stream connection was interrupted. Do I have the big key yet? No, I don't. Okay. Yeah, stream connection was interrupted last week, which, obviously, not ideal. Fire snake. So, like, a big chunk of the Ganon fight is just gone. So this time I am both streaming and recording locally. So at the end I will have the full race video on file, which also means I won't have to download it from Twitch, which is a very nice step in the right direction. I didn't mean to dodge like that, but I did it anyway. Okay, 2 chests over here. Heart, okay. And another heart. That's unexpected. Okay. Let's see. Okay, there's 2 more. Yeah, 2 more dungeon items in this place. The big key, which the big key can actually be locked in the big chest in this dungeon, which is kind of amusing when that happens, because it's the only door it's the only thing you need the big key to open. So you are able to fully clear the dungeon without ever opening this chest, basically. Let's see, there's 2 chests in the flooded room, 1 chest in the that you get by pushing the block. There we go. And 1 on the boss. So there's 5 chests to open. And 2 of them are dungeon items. Which leaves 3 actual things to get. So hopefully those 3 things are good. Give me fire rod and a sword, please. Maybe silver arrows. I could get all 3 of those things in one place, theoretically. 10 bombs, the map. Bonk. $10 bombs, not that useful. And you are... okay. I still don't have the big key, which means it is possible that the big key is in the big key chest. We'll see what the boss drops for me. If the boss drops the big key, then do I want to go back in and check that chest? Kind of. Nah. This guy reminds me of, like, that story from Australia of the sheep that got loose and went, like, 3 years without being sheared. And when they found it, it was just completely overgrown. I just have to do this the slow way. It's a little slow. Fire rod? Big key. Oh no. Okay, the heart of the card says come back in for the big key chest. I'm not allowed to ask the audience for hints, but the cards are fine. They are a completely neutral party. And honestly, this doesn't take that long, so it's fine. When the time comes to leave... Yeah, I already flooded this place, so it's actually, like, pretty quick. God, I forgot my sword sucks. It's just bombs. It's just bombs. Okay. Well... Since I'm here, let's go check the pyramid ledge. It's an item that's a little bit out of the way from everything else, so there's not really a good place to loop it in, so... Doing it now? Actually, I suppose it's a good segue into... It is a good segue into Palace of Darkness. And it's $20. I don't need that. Okay. Let's get out of here. Otto, you saw the magical girl outfits we're getting in Warcraft, right? Yeah. Excited for that stuff. Yeah, I know there's also, like... I will be interested to see what happens with the whole like NPC party thing that they've announced, but like given no details on. Obviously, discourse around that has been extremely toxic from a certain sector of people. But you know. I ignore those people anyway. Alright, with no small key, I have to go around this side. There was somebody who'd put forward the theory. Well, okay, but here's the thing, is that, like, NPC companions is a thing we've had since MoP. This is just expanding it to a dungeon area. Okay, well, or like, the same with, I mean, I know you came back at some point too, so like, were you there for Legion? You must have been. Sandalin's a demon hunter. Well, I mean, then, you know, in Legion, we had those, basically bodyguard followers that we could assign to show up when we were doing world content. That's, you know, not dissimilar to the concept. And I know that in Pandaria you had like, actual like little scenario instance things that would have followers to come and help you out. Even in Cataclysm, when you were doing quests in Mount Hyjal, Asenia's Roost, they would give you an NPC that was randomized daily. What I think would be interesting, and this is something that I am like thinking this could be fun. That's fair. What I was thinking this could be fun is there was a proposal that, like, what if, because they only told us we were getting like NPCs to help us out with stuff. They didn't tell us anything about these NPCs. What if we're able to just pick 4 alts to come with us? Put together a party from your own team of people. Now, I know not everybody has 5 fairly leveled and geared alts like I do, but that's on them. Let me bring my Disc Priest to heal myself. Yeah, we will see, and we'll see what form it takes. It's still very speculative material. And they didn't give us a hard date, but I have to think that it's coming in February? Because another one of the updates was obviously the source of all those fancy outfits we saw. The Love is in the Air thing. Ye Old Valentine's Day. Ugh, fire. Ah. I swear, I've never wanted noise-canceling headphones before, but, like, I keep hearing thumps. And I don't know if it's, like, the neighbors, the people above me, maybe, because the folks who live above me, I don't know. It's like somebody, like, doing marathons up there or something. It's not fun. Sometimes I'll just be hanging out in my room here midday, and I'll just hear, stomp, 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 stomp. Like somebody's running around. And they have no concept how to use the ball of their foot to land on. It's all heel, baby. Okay, we are at the point where it's been almost an hour since this thing started. And yet nobody has said that they are done. Usually around the 1.5, 1:45 mark, I start seeing people hitting the done point. Those are the folks who are either very good or very lucky. What am I doing? Red cane, make block. Yeah, just shoot him. I don't need to worry about conserving arrows. Ah! I only need one for this statue. But yeah, like I'm sort of imagining like you probably can't control the NPCs they're gonna give you. It's probably gonna play kind of like. If you ever played Dragon Age Origins, you had a party that was able to, you could swap between characters in that. No. And it would, like, pause while you were swapping and while you were in menu. I don't imagine they'll be giving us that. But they will give us something, you know, decent, I'm sure. Okay, turtle room dealt with. Almost done in pod. I think I'm making pretty decent time in here. It helps that I can see what I'm doing. Key dash. Half the time I find myself in pod with no lamp, and so I try to do the maze room in the dark. I don't recommend doing the maze room in the dark. Get that. There we go. Oh, stay still. There we go. $20. Okay. The good news is I know I don't need to do any of the other... Oh no, I don't know that. The only pendant dungeon I might need to do... Oh god, I just realized... So I haven't checked... I haven't checked the pedestal. It is possible the pedestal will be something that I need. And if the pedestal is something I need to clear every dungeon. Nobody likes to see that. So we're going to Kakariko. We're going to finish what I didn't do here before. It'll be fine. If I end up dipping into... You know what? I'll check Skullwoods. I'll check Skullwoods. It's right here. Why not? If I find the Fire Rod in Skullwoods, that's great. If I don't find the Fire Rod in Skullwoods, maybe I'll find something else. 10 arrows? I could use those. Okay, first chest is the map. Awful. Since that's a map, I need to go and jump in this hole. That move I just did there takes advantage of the fact that while the hook shot is extended, you are... Ooh. Okay. All right. Things have changed. I can now finish Skullwoods. Wow. Fire Rod in Skullwoods. I can't even believe that. I mean, it's kind of vanilla, but like still. I think that's close enough. Alright. God. I was saying a thing, and I completely lost track. Which might be good, because it means I'm paying closer attention to the game this time. Okay, let's check this chest. If it's not the compass, that's great. If it is the compass, whatever. Small key. Alright, Fire Rod, I need you. Where are you? There you are. Okay, we'll do that. And just because I'm curious, we're gonna go ahead and check the pedestal too. no! Oh no! It's a pedestal seed. Nobody's gonna check that other than me. Oh my god. Oh no! I can't even begin to explain. That's the longest this seed could possibly be. Every dungeon required. It was bound to happen eventually. Oh god. Don't miss the torches. I need to light the torches. Okay. God, I can't wait to see the notes on this one. Oh. This is such a rare occurrence. I hope the audience appreciates what they are seeing here. How unusual it is. Literally every dungeon, every boss needs to be cleared. Oh, which means I need to go back up. I need to go fight Moldorm. I need to go back to Eastern. I need to do Ice Palace. Everybody's completion rate is going to be off the charts. I better not see anybody finish at 145, like I usually do, because that means they did every dungeon. That quickly. That's a legitimate speedrunner. The good news is that does mean that I stand a pretty damn good chance of finding another sword and maybe even the silver arrows before I'm done. God, Ice Rod pedestal. Last week everybody was saying Ice Rod was my go mode. It's going to be the go mode this time. Go mode is slang for the last item you need. No, basically go mode is when you're in the state of being able to complete the game. If you have all the items you need and you don't need to open up any more chests, you're in go mode. Because you can go. What is it? I don't know what medallion I need to open Turtle Rock, so that might also be a thing. But if I have it, then go mode will definitely be the Ice Rod. You need the Ice Rod to beat Trinex, and Turtle Rock is one of the dungeons I need to do. God, what a absolute bastard of a seed. I shouldn't complain, because all it means is more opportunity for me to play a game I like. Let's be real. I enjoy this game. So being forced to play more of it is not exactly a punishment, you know? Bonk. Okay, I need this key. Let's grab it. I'll hookshot across here. That's not what I was trying to do. That's what I wound up bonking anyway. Jesus. Apparently my kung fu's nothing but kid stuff. I missed with the pot throw. Okay, there's a chest over here. Usually it's some bombs, because you need bombs for this room. But this time, it's the map. By blowing a hole in the floor, I can make a photosensitive girl freak out later. Let's choose to interpret it that way. The boss of the dungeon, Blind, does not like bright light. He is hiding in the basement, concealed as a kidnapped maiden. So what I need to do is, I need to take him, I need to guide him out of the basement, into the room with the bright light, and then he hates it, and he fights me. Is the chest in this room going to be a small key? It's the red armor. Okay. You know what, this is fine. I was just thinking, so to my left is the room with the big chest. You need the big key to open it. But you also need a small key to gain access to it, and I don't have that small key. So I was like, oh no, what if the boss has the small key and I need to come up back in and go all the way around? Here's the thing, if the boss has that small key, that's actually fine because I also need to pick up the compass. So either the big chest has the small key or the boss has the small key, and the other thing has, not the small key, but the other thing will have the compass. Ugh! How? Blind fights are the worst. I'm not very good at this, boss. I watched Saku fight this guy, and she just... Yeah, small keys in the big chest. Okay. It's never getting opened. Yeah, Saku has blind fights down to like a science. It's absolutely bananas to watch. Like, if I stand here, when the head form pops out, then he'll move over this way, and I can just circle around and get a couple of hits in, and I'm just like, Jesus. Like, it's almost straight up like AI predictive stuff. No, I'm not going here yet. I need to rescue the blacksmith. But before I rescue the blacksmith, I'll do the digging game. I know what I'm doing. Give me shovel. Bombs! I don't want them. I'm not even going to pick those up. The disrespect. Bombs? No. I am looking for silver arrows. I'm looking for swords. That is literally all I need now. Other than the ice rod, but I know where that is. I won't be finding that in the dig game. I don't have magic powder. Which means the bat might have something I need. Troubling. It'll be okay. Who knows? Maybe the dwarven smiths will give me magic powder for my help. They gave me a shovel. Which is fine. I'm going to the dig spot anyway. Item dash. Not something you're supposed to be able to do, but something I can do. Yeah, I'll grab it. It'll round off my health. I'm gonna have so many hearts at the end of this. Alright, purple chest, you coming with me. So I'm gonna walk the purple chest around. I'm going to check cave 45. No, I'll check Stumpy in the dig spot, then I'll do 45. Then I will run over to the desert. Stumpy, what do you got? 20 bucks. No, chest, I'm not done with you yet. As I understand it, 50 bucks. Okay. As I understand it, if I leave the chest in the light world over here where I'm going, it's fine. It still counts as in my possession because it's close enough to the guy for him to pick the lock. Because the overworld map is wonky. Okay, in we go. This is half magic. I'll take it. I'm a big fan of that item. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, in theory, they say if I leave this here, but also I don't trust it. I don't trust it. So I'm taking the chest with me. In fact, if I was smart, what I would have done is... No! If I was smart, what I would have done is I would have just used the flute to fly down here. But I didn't do that smart. It's just health. It's just health. Well... Where do I want to go? You know what? Let's go up the mountain. Where's my... Right, I have the shovel out. Going up the mountain. Actually... No, let's finish Eastern. We'll finish Eastern real quick, then we'll consider going up the mountain. Ow. Okay. I'm at the point where Misery Mire might be the place I end up going. Yeah, okay. I picked up everything in here other than the map and the compass, which occupy the last two chests. Or the last two checks, rather. Obviously the boss is not himself a chest. So I'm just going to go straight to the boss. Which, it'll give me either a map or a compass. I'm not going to pretend like it's going to be something useful potentially. It won't be. There we go. Small key to get into the back. Ow. It's fine to get hit and lose a little magic because I don't really foresee myself needing all that much magic. Whew. That came right at me. Okay, let's get in here and fight these knights. Oh my gosh. This is the worst setup I could have possibly gotten. so bad. Holy shit. Just the worst. Ugh. See, ideally, you get them while they're just going around in a circle. If you shoot one of them twice, and then just start picking off the others as they come at you, it's fine. You will end up killing them all before they get to you. I did not end up doing that. Alright, let's do Misery Mire. It's a terrible option, but we're gonna do it. You know what, actually, I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna go do... no, Ice Palace isn't a great option either. It's a better option than this, but I'm already here. Let's do Misery Mire. There's so many chests in Ice Palace, and it drops the green pendant, which might be another item reward. I'm giving myself all of the good reasons to go to Ice Palace, and yet here I am, proceeding into this place as though it's a good idea. Ooh, 10 arrows. That almost replenishes my arrow supply. Ow. Ow. Jesus. I don't know good routing on this dungeon. I just sort of do it. Ten more arrows. Well, that solves my arrow problem. At least an arrow problem. I am certain I will be once again out of arrows. Oh, look. That's not even a good way to go. That's the worst way to go. Now I need to kill these guys. Alright, we'll go this way. And it's a room with items. Of course it is. Small key. I'm not going to go down because I know it's there. It's not anything I can do anything with. Actually. Is there a crystal switch here? No, there's not. Okay. That other room, I need a crystal switch before I can do anything with it. God. I'm like making a bunch of errors that are silly. And I'm just like kind of banking on maybe other people not knowing about, you know, pedestal. If that's the case, then I have an advantage. This side. Okay, blue is down, which means I can go get the chest in the side room here. Okay. Let's start with this one. Small key. Alright. And then in here, kill this jellyfish for another small key. No, you stay blue. Half magic, very useful. Means I don't eat all my magic trying to get this chest, which is the map. Oh. Those tiles, I hate them. I heard an explanation for how that technique works. Apparently when you push a block, you move it off of the sprite layer, or you move it off of the wall layer and onto the sprite layer. And fire and other items can shoot through sprites, they can't shoot through walls. So the blocks temporarily stop being walls, according to the game's programming. 300 bucks. You are not what I wanted. Yeah, I don't even have the big key yet. Come on. Means I think I know where the big key probably is then. Oof. Let's go see if the big key is where I think it is. Oh, health back. Are you the big key? You are! Oh, I predicted it. There we go. Needlessly risky on that. Compass, okay. I'm like, I must cycle through these items faster. Oof. Okay, well I have all the chests from the front now, I believe. So let's go to the back. Ow. Yeah, now that I've got the big key, I can actually go to the back. Just up through here. Step on that. There we go. With no powder, I can't turn those anti-fairies into fairies, so they stay cursed. I'm sure I'll find the magic powder sooner or later. It's probably in the Ice Palace. There we go. I don't know why, I'm just guessing Ice Palace. I don't know why, it's got a lot of items in it. There's a glitch you can do in this dungeon, and I have no idea how people do it. Oh my god. Where, like, you can shoot the traveling spike things with the fire rod, and for some reason it triggers the crystal switch. I don't know how it works. It's magic. It is some sort of magic. I never learned it. Like, I read about it. They're like, oh, it's like some sort of, like, pixel setup. When you land up on the ledge outside in the desert, before you go to, like, before you use the Dark World portal, you need to, like... Oh, God, I didn't want to... I didn't want to walk down the stairs. I just wanted to go into the stairwell. How dare! I can't believe he hit me. Okay. My options are limited, so here's what we're gonna do. Bombs! I'm gonna switch to arrows. I have no easy sources for arrows, so this is a little bit wasteful. Only a little bit. I figured that might have happened. I know you're sleepy. I mean, you told me you fell asleep. Alright, what do you have? Small key. Alright. There are 2 key doors I didn't open in here. Well, crystal get. I wonder, do I have both red crystals? Crunch, crunch. I don't have both red crystals. The Ice Palace, I guess. Yeah, Otto, don't you hate your cephalopod enemies? Those guys are jerks, right? Oh, Luna here plays Splatoon. Remember when I said I didn't have an easy arrow solution? I lied. Oh, you know, like, you know, you're a kid now, you're a squid now. That is not false advertising. They are squid kids. And squids are cephalopods, as are the enemies, which are octopuses. Known affectionately as Octoling, right? Perhaps maybe not affectionately, but they're known as that. I'm glad that they're no longer strictly enemies. Now you just need to team up against the villainous cuttlefish. Oh. So it's the dolphins that Otto mentioned. Or bears. There's a strategy for this room, but I am no good at it, so I'm not even going to try. Okay, well that tells me that the map is in the basement of Tower of Hera. Oh, I need that key. Okay, here we go. Let's try that tricky bomb jump that always screws around with me. I got it first try. Did not expect that. I do remember hearing salmon run. So this is something that rings a bell. Run through there. Get the fire rod. You should sleep, Otto. You work a sensible human job. Unlike me, who wakes up at noon and then computes until 9 p.m. A 12,000-year-old bear. What is he, Ursoc? That's one for the Warcraft players. Oh. Making mammals. Maybe it's like the inverted thing of evolution where like everything trends towards crabs. Instead of getting exoskeleton, you get endoskeleton? Is that what that would be called? Endo. Yeah, yeah. It's not usually something that you think about because you usually just consider it a skeleton. But then I've never been a crab, so that's my personal bias. Pull that tongue. You know what? That's fair. There is something to be said for playing, you know, what used to be the villains. That is fun. Big key. Okay, that's good. We like to see the big key. It means I can open the big chest. Which means I'm basically done in here? I just need to jump in the hole and get the big chest. Taco's already done. What the heck? Tempered sword. Alright, we are Dorito sorting here. We are good to go. How the heck's Taco done already? You need to clear every dungeon. It's only been an hour and 40. Taco is basically the league's ringer. Nah, I'll stick with the fire rod. It's fine. No, they split up. It seems that way. You know what? Green pendant, we got that. I can go get the ice rod from the woods, and then I can go up the mountain. No, I can't. I haven't done Moldworm yet. I need to go up the mountain, then go to the Lost Woods, and then go back up the mountain. God, what a roundabout situation. Alright, before I go up the mountain, let's talk to Sahasrahla. I swear to God, if that old man has the silver arrows for me, I will be happy to get them, actually. Alright, fine. Speed glitch didn't want to go off. Alright, old man, what do you got for me? $20! Don't spend it all in one place, kid. Okay. Tower of Hera. Fortunately. No, no, no. Fortunately, I can just skip straight to the top floor from the basement. Or not the basement, but from the bottom level. Maybe while I'm here, I'll also check Spike Cave. I'll just do that after the tower. Yeah, Spike Cave could be a sword. Or silver arrows, even. God, this Moldorm is going to... There. Okay. It said that the compass was in the basement, so I don't need to worry about getting that. I did see that from a hint tile. Grab a fairy to top up my health. And we're off to the boss. He's not going to know what hit him. Luna, do you watch any of the dropout content? Did you see the ad they posted for their new merch in the store? It's amazing. Oh, it's on their Shorts channel, I think. It's so good. They're advertising socks. They got dice. They got a Dimension 20 calendar you can get. And a Boggy plush. Okay, somebody else finished at 141. Oh, it was a lot of fun. I will almost assuredly watch it again tonight. Like, how many commercials do you go out of your way to watch? Just that and Casino Taxi. Heart piece. Okay. Save and quit. Oh yeah, no, if you grew up in like Halifax or Nova Scotia in general, because it was, you know, not like, you know, it was everywhere. You know, if you grew up here, you were exposed to that, and it's the catchiest goddamn commercial jingle ever. I know there's like an episode of Trailer Park Boys where Bubbles just singing the song in the back of a cab. I assume because it's supposed to be a casino taxi cab. Even though the show was filmed in Dartmouth, so they would be getting Bob's Bluebell, not Casino. But I'm not going to nitpick too hard. And I just have to think, because I know that show has like reached a whole lot of audiences outside of the province and outside of the country. They just, like, is anybody going to understand that? No. But I kind of love that. Alright, I have the pendants. Give me the ice rod. Save and quit up the mountain. Oh, just like, Trailer Park Boys. There's an episode where Bubbles is like singing the Casino Taxi song in the back of a cab. And I'm just like, nobody, like 90% of the people that show reached would not have a clue what that's about. Like, that is a special reference treat for people specifically from here. god, you know what? Moment of truth. I don't know what opens Turtle Rock. It could be I can't actually get in. If it's Quake, then I'm a little bit in trouble. And I know Trailer Park Boys actually, like, does take place in Dartmouth canonically, I believe. Like, I mean, it's filmed there, but I'm pretty sure they've, like, straight up talked about, you know, Bubbles getting carts, like, shopping carts. If they didn't specifically mention Penhorn Mall, then, like, it's very implied. It also no longer exists, so that's apocryphal. Good, it's Ether. Both of them were Ether. Yeah, it is Dartmouth. Okay, good to know. I've only watched a handful of episodes because, like, it's not really my thing, you know? But the fact that it's local means that I have to be at least a little bit, you know, fun about it. Exactly. Same. Okay, I'll check down here. I just know that I've seen, like, from the clips that I've seen that. I've seen, like, you know, stuff with Bubbles. I've seen, you know, the Ricky takes his pants off to fight, that sort of thing. Yeah, like, it's... Like, I appreciate some of Letterkenny, but it's not, like... I don't know. I do know exactly what you mean, though. I will say, I know that, like, as far as Canadian sitcom rep goes, I don't know if I want to necessarily enter Cornered Gas into the runnings here. I've watched a couple of episodes of that, just when it was, like, on the TV in the break room back at the store when I still worked there. Which, like, wound up being for, like, a decade the only place I ever watched TV. And I'm just like... It's not great. In fact, it's barely even good. I vaguely remember Chili Beach. Ow. God, did you know that Canada used to have its own knockoff South Park? Back in, like, the late 90s, early 2000s. It was called Kevin Spencer. And I don't know that I could ever recommend it. It rings a bell, doesn't it? I need to kill this guy. There we go. Yeah, it wasn't a particularly good show. Obviously, you know, as a youth of the era, I watched it and I chuckled at things. You know, the crude animation. But... You know, it's a childish show for childish Joe, you know? Oh my god, Saku finished already. I thought for sure that I was getting an inside edge with the early pedestal. But I guess other people thought to check pedestal. See, pedestal is one of those things people don't like to check. because it very well could mean that they have to go do pedestal. I will say there is one Canadian show that I do like to recommend to people, and I don't know that I've ever actually managed to convince anybody to watch an episode, and that, of course, is The Littlest Hobo. Yeah! It's a dog that goes from town to town and solves mysteries and helps people. That's great. You know what? That theme song slaps. Say what you will. I enjoy it. You know, Leslie Nielsen was in an episode of that? Yeah, he wasn't doing a comedy role or anything. It's just like he shows up and you're like, oh wow, that's right, he's Canadian. Nah. Oh yeah, no, I've seen The Forbidden Planet, and yeah, definitely serious guy back in the day. I think it was only with the first Naked Gun film that they really realized he could do comedy like nobody's business. Like, he may be like without. It's hard to say necessarily, but like he might be the best straight man in comedy ever. He's up there. He is definitely up there. Which is also why... Oh, I need to get a key from Laserbridge. $1. We don't like to see that. The key... There's still 2 more chests. I'm going to open them. The compass. Okay, which means this last chest has to be an item. It is. Oh ho ho! I'm so glad I checked that. You know, I can't lose to Trinex. I have 2 fairies in bottles. I've got half magic. I have the powder. I can make another fairy right here. Oh, I still don't have that. Okay. No, no, no. Yeah, it's such a shame that so many people were just like, oh, Leslie Nielsen, he's hilarious. Let's make him tell jokes and be goofy. And I'm like, no. His strength is in being serious. He's the serious guy in the ridiculous situation. No ice. Okay, we got ice on the floor. Exactly. Airplane is the best example, and it's because, shoot, that came out before The Naked Gun. Airplane's the movie. I know that the folks who wrote and directed Airplane, the Zucker brothers, they were like that. I'm gonna skip Hookshot Cave because there's nothing in there. Yeah, the next movie they did after Airplane was Top Secret. It's fantastic. If you haven't seen Top Secret, highly recommend it. It is, I believe, Val Kilmer's first screen film. Other than that, he'd just done a bunch of like plays and shit, like stage work. And in this, he's like singing, he's dancing. It's great. And it's like, it's set in it's set in East Germany, and it's sort of like a parody. Like Airplane is a parody of, you know, the like the disaster movie type thing. Whereas Top Secret is a parody of spy and war movies. So like he's in East Germany, and he ends up meeting like what's supposed to be the French Resistance, which doesn't make sense to be in West Germany. Wow, big key already. Yeah, exactly. And you know, just like they got Leslie Nielsen, a serious you know, a serious actor for Airplane, they also cast in Top Secret Omar Sharif. Which is just great. You see, you know, fucking Dr. Zhivago playing the straight man in this ridiculous thing. He's like trying to sneak out the secret Russian plans. God, I'm gonna be I think this I'm last? Did everybody check pedestal? Okay, if only if only 5 people were racing. I don't remember if there were only 5. I want to say there were only 5, but if only 5 people are racing, then I'm last. I don't know how that happened. It started out so promising. Oh, come on. I hate Stalfos. It's okay if I take some hits, because I have fairies, as previously stated. I meant to shoot that arrow downward. Give me that fairy. I will say the Val Kilmer character, he's very much like an Elvis parody. Which means that it's supposed to also be like a parody of Elvis movies, because he did a lot of movies. And so like all of his songs that he does are like old-timey rock and roll. And they like there's a gag at the start that they don't. It's just like it's a visual gag. They don't call any attention to it. And they're just like, when they're showing Nick Rivers' that's his character's name, when they're showing his like songs charting on like, you know, the top 40, all of them, every single one of his songs is about skeet shooting, which is just such a ridiculous detail to include to literally no fanfare. Like, they don't call attention to it at all. It's just there on the screen in text if you look close enough. Yeah. Like, they're all like song titles, like Your Skeetin' Heart, and the song that they actually like play is Skeet Surfin', which is like a combination of like a surf song, of course, and skeet shooting. Yeah, I think there was one that was just called... Oh, bonked. Ugh. Skeet City. You know, just everything. All of the songs, just the word skeet. This is before skeet, skeet, skeet was a thing. So... Oh my gosh. Bonked twice. Moldorm is, some of them, yeah. Like, obviously, your Skeet and Heart is one. Screw you, Moldorm. I can't switch while he's dying, so I need to hug the wall. 20 bucks. Alright. Yeah, Skeet City very well could be. Just based off of how many songs are just something city. Ah, Aghanim, we meet at last, as I skipped over the first boss fight with you. But yeah, you know, they have the whole thing about, like, you know, comedies are the first type of movie to, you know, sort of age badly. I will confidently say there's only really one joke in Top Secret that ages incredibly poorly, and it's like, I don't even want to necessarily say that it ages super poorly. Like, Airplane had the joke about how they went, you know, dude and his wife went as, like, missionaries to Africa, and just everybody was really good at basketball the first time they tried it. And, like, they kind of have something like that in Top Secret, where, like, he's being welcomed to East Germany by, like, their women's Olympic team, and it's all very clearly men in drag. Which could just be, like, a reference to Soviet athletes just juicing. And that's how I choose to interpret it. But, like, given modern discourse about, you know, who should be allowed to play in women's sports, I'm like, ooh, is this going to land poorly? I think it might. It's okay that I took a death because I have a fairy. Also, I'm last anyway, so what's it matter? Exactly. Exactly. And I was showing this to a room that, like, it's an all... My little artist community, the person I stream most movies for is, like, 20? So I'm always, like... Oh, he's, like, he doesn't have the historical reference for this. Okay, this is the part of the Ganon fight where I fuck up every time. Take a fall into the pit. We're not going to do that this time. If he will stay put. I have the silver arrows, they are his one weakness. And he knows it. Oh, how did that miss? All right, I have won. Oh, yeah, that's the whole that's ultimately the problem with exactly. Somebody who is, like, you know, 20 years old now is not likely to know. I'm hitting done. That was the last one. Done, comment, lol. God, I can't even believe. Let's check the comments. What a boss rush at the end, OMG. I'm going to add a comment so that people can see, even though the race is officially over. My comment will say, checking ped early felt like a feather in my cap. Dang, y'all are fast. But yeah, like, basically, if like something is going to age poorly in a film, it's going to be something in comedy, and like that is the thing, is that like, how does this hold up with modern discourse is ultimately the issue. It's like when I went to make, I showed people Highlander. You know, I love me some Highlander. I forgot that just like the first, 20 minutes of the movie is just like the cops calling him gay and him, it's a whole lot of slurs, and I'm like, that's not necessary. And I forgot that there's the sexual assault in the movie. I'm like, that wasn't really necessary, was it? And I know it's a movie about people cutting each other's heads off, but still, it. And I know it's the 80s. It's the 80s. The freeze ray. You try to make a movie in the 80s and not include something that's either a slur or some sort of sexual assault, and good luck. The Death Wish movies really did a number on Hollywood for a decade. Drink some water. Exactly. God, it's like, when the new Bill and Ted movie came out, I was like, oh, we should rewatch the Bill and Ted movies. And Bill and Ted hold up pretty well. Here's the first sword, 20 minutes. Flute, 16 minutes. I can't believe I got the flute before the sword. There's just one moment in the first Bill and Ted movie where, like, he thinks that Ted is dead, and so he's, like, gonna fight the other knights, and Ted comes out of nowhere. He's like, I fell out of my armor when I fell down the stairs. It doesn't make any sense. And then they hug, and then they break up the hug, and they call each other the F slur. And I'm like, okay, all right, I know it's the 80s. I know it. I lived there. It is what it is. The word was fairly ubiquitous. I understand why it's there. But trying to show it to somebody who was born in 2001... Somebody who's always had to take their shoes off at the airport. They don't have that same appreciation. They don't know. That is the end of the seed. Last place. I still can't believe I got last place after checking ped early. Yeah, exactly. Actually, you know what? Believe it or not, I've never actually watched the first Die Hard. I've only watched the third one, which might be even worse. Oh, I'm sure it does. I know Reginald Val Johnson is in it. He's fun. Maybe we're going into Christmas season. Maybe it'll be worth a watch. Who knows? I know my sister usually likes to get a Christmas movie for Christmas, obviously. One of these years, I do intend to pick her up a copy of that god-awful Christmas tree movie. The animated one, where Santa, like, throws magic powder at the kids at the end of it, and people have edited it to look like he's, like, blowing them up. Terrible film. So, So I some year I want to get her that, but I could in theory just be like, here's Die Hard, it's a Christmas movie. Assuming I can even find DVDs anymore. It's all streaming now. But yeah. But yeah, that is a good place to leave off for now. God, I don't want to think about Christmas shopping. Yeah, I will call it there. Thanks for tuning in. I have once again been your host, Joe. This is my usual outro. I will see you later.